It has become less democratic. Let me say it's very unfortunate. If you look at what the Senate or the National Assembly historically is built, Senate is supposed to be a house, particularly Senate is supposed to be a house of deliberation, where people will deliberate on policies of government, actions of government, spendings of government. That we are not doing now. We are more of an approving institutions, just giving necessary, unnecessary support to the executive. That division of executive, legislature, and judiciary is no longer there. Government have to some extent now be personalized and privatized. I can tell you that I, as a senator, is not quite even abreast of what is going on. You are supposed to deliberate. I told you yesterday when we spoke, Kobe Booker broke the record.
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker.
Yeah. The American.
He spoke
Senate.
against Donald Trump's policy for 25 hours, 4 minutes. And at one point, he was even abusing Trump. If I dare do that in National Assembly here, the Army Fire Brigade, everybody will be waiting for me at the gate. I'm 65. I've been in this business 24 years now. The only thing I have to do right now, and I would prefer to die doing it, is to speak the truth and do what is right. And that is what I believe. I'm not a Rufai's fan or friend or anything, but truth must be told. Mr. President got it wrong. You don't form your government with dependence. And worst of it, the president is a kingmaker, remember? So when the kingmaker becomes a king, then there's a problem which he must identify himself so that he can have people that will stand up to him and tell him the truth. This is now what is lacking in this government. And when I said, and I still stand on it too, until there is a change, the government of Tinubu is dominated by kakistocrats and kleptocrats. I don't mind, I don't want to even respond to Bayo where you say it's a long
That's
word.
Bayo Onanuga, the presidential spokesman.
Bayo Onanuga is just in Nigeria. He is a domestic staff to the president. I am a senator 4 times. How dare he calls me, but I'm happy he called me lone wolf. He's a magadog.
Well, you forgot the word frustrated. He said frustrated lone wolf.
No, I'm not frustrated. I contested for
I didn't
Senate.
say you were. I'm saying that's what he called you.
Charles, why would I be frustrated? I contested to be a senator. I won 4 times. I won 2 times in the House of Reps. Where does the frustration come? I am a son of nobody who became somebody without knowing anybody. Ask the president. I'm not his dependent, one of his dependents. I'm his ally. This coalition that is developing outside the major political party, that is our APC, is, to me, a positive development in democracy. There can be no effective democracy without opposition, which the major supposedly the opposition has failed to provide. That is the PDP, Labour, and other parties.
Right.
Instead, they are turning the Nigerian democracy into something else. You can see the area of decampment. That means you're telling the public out there that you have no principles. You only need a platform. And even if you need a platform, you should be where your conscience will be with you. But that is not the case. And it is very, very dangerous for democracy itself. If there is no visible, effective opposition, that democracy is under threat of its own. And what I see now is that politicians are decamping while the voters or the people that elect us are not. So you see a ship, as the president said, there is vacancy in the ship. But if you overload that ship, it is likely going to capsize. And if it capsizes, you lose everybody.
So potentially it could be
and that is what
a
I
big
fear.
challenge for the APC.
It's a big challenge. When you open your ship, if it is, even if it is a trailer that has 4 tires, talk less of ship. If you keep overloading the ship because others are desperate, more especially because most of them are not coming based on principles. But I know that many of them are jumping ship because of this indirect stick and carrot political approach. But let me tell you one thing that I like and I copy from Mr. President. If we were to swap position, and I'm the president, doing the same thing that he is doing now, he would have been on the street. He has done it before, to protest, even if the government belongs to him, if the wrong thing is happening. Even today, somebody from the government is saying, look, why don't you come over? I said, I will not come over. I'm a senator. If the president, under normal democratic setting, the president is supposed to lobby me on issues. Because he doesn't have a vote for me, I have voted for him. Whether in the Senate, whether in the general election or anything. And you know, I strongly believe that this power or this position, I Ndume, believe that it is God that will give me or will take away from me. Not anybody. But it's a responsibility on me, and as my religious say, to speak the truth, even if I'm alone. And that's almost what is happening now in APC. They will come around and say, you are trying, but you are hitting too hard. I said, did I use physical punch on anybody? And you know what now? Because they don't know what to say. They always like an onogo will call me wolf, will call me lone wolf, will call me frustrated. He is the one that is frustrated. You know why?
But it's his job, though, isn't it?
It's not his job.
I mean, it's his job to respond to people who attack the president.
No. His job
or
is
who overly criticize the president.
Advisor on information and strategy.
Yeah, but he's a spokesman.
Look, let me learn. Look at what they did now. Embarrassing Mr. President when he honored some people. They honored they honored a living man posthumously. 2 people. When I say there are kick roasters there, and they will insult me, but what is this? Error of omission, commission, and stupidity? It was embarrassing on Mr. President. If I was the president, whoever is responsible for that, I will fire him and get somebody that knows the job. Going forward, I will keep on speaking out and hoping that Mr. President...
No, what I'm saying is that, are you in this opposition?
I'm aware of the...
But you've gone to their meetings, have you?
Yes, I went to several meetings.
Right.
I attend the meetings.
So in a sense, you are a member of the opposition coalition.
No, there is no opposition.
You still remain in the APC.
Not now. That is not to say so. When I want to take a decision to do something, I will not, I will not hide it from you.
Yeah.
I still believe that this president can fix these things.
But have they?
No. Wait. Let me tell you. Failure to fix those things
might cause you to move.
Yes.
So
I will not have that because it will sink.
Right. But have they been making
the overloaded ship will sink?
Have they been making overtures to you?
Yeah.
To try and get you to come over.
And I told them no. You see, I don't want to jump from frying pan to fire.
What's the fire then?
I don't know yet. I have to make sure. I have to be sure.
But I mean, they're starting a new party. At least they haven't registered it yet, but they're trying to register.
Let me tell you, I'm a loyal person. My loyalty and this thing politically, it is the truth. I have my reason for being loyal to Amechi.
Right.
I believe he can do it. That's why
Right. You believe he can be president?
Yeah, better
successful
president. A good, successful president.
Right.
Now, I believe too, Tinubu can be successful president. That was, my expectation is high. But if he continues this way, then let me tell you, Charles, that seat whether you load all other people or other governors, you are just endangering the APC by pushing it towards capsizing level. When you overload a ship, the president lost it. When he was the chairman, Nigeria naturally.
The chairman of ECOWAS.
Yes.
Right.
The leader. And then there was this trial of what happened in Niger, Burkina Faso, and it was not well handled because the president has been cocooned, and those that would help would not necessarily push themselves. He is supposed to, Buhari is there, he's in Daura, Babangida is there, Obasanjo is there, Abdul Salam is there, Gawan is there. All of them are respected former presidents that would have resolved those issues, that would have even avoided this their exit from ECOWAS. It has done a blow. In fact, historically now, it will go down that it was during his chairmanship that this thing happened. You can see now we are bearing the brunt, because while they are there trying to block their country and protect it, the leftover of the ISWAP, this security, Mukura.
Lakarua.
Yes. And even other new ones. Now look at what is happening in Benue and Plateau. You cannot put it together because I don't want to believe that, these things. And you see, the herdsmen have a network in Africa, not necessarily this thing. And the terrorists are taking advantage of it. The brunt of it now has been felt by Benin, Togo, Nigeria's case, where it's already infiltrated. You see, so I was thinking that the president would do whatever possible to make sure that he hand over a more united.
We must force free and fair elections on INEC and on Tinubu in 2027. And there are 4 solutions to do just that. But we can only do it if we do it together. This is not the time to be acting individualistic. No. This is not the time to bother yourself. Oh, is it my solution? Even if you want to build your solution, we will support you. But make sure that it is along these 4 lines. We are de-weaponizing poverty. We are de-weaponizing impunity. We are de-weaponizing political parties. They have been weaponized. And we are de-weaponizing voter apathy. So along these 4 lines, we must act to make sure the 2027 election is free and fair. So what are the solutions? First and foremost, electoral reforms. Yes. But after we get electoral reforms, is that the end? The answer is no. We must take it a step further. In fact, 3 steps further. We must add parallel, electronic, real-time polling unit results transmission, collation, and display. Real-time. Parallel to whatever we can get INEC to do. Parallel. We have the application. It's Election Watch. But we need the people, polling unit marshals. How many polling units do we have in Nigeria? 189,000. Round that off to 200,000. Multiply it by 3. So we have at least 3 polling unit agents per polling unit. And each of these polling unit marshals will enter the results from the polling units. And immediately, election closes on election day. Immediately. I'm not talking about 1 hour later. No. Immediately, election closes, results are counted from the polling unit. We have the result for the whole Nigerians to see on our web portal. We have it. But we must work together to achieve this. We need you to volunteer to become a polling unit agent. This is not a partisan solution. It is not. This is not, oh, I am APC, I am PDP, I am ADC. No. This is a solution for all Nigerians. This is not a, oh, I am obedient, oh, I am Showore, I am, no. Any serious candidate, any serious Nigerian that is contesting against the APC in 2027, any serious Nigerian that wants a new Nigeria that works for everybody, must, as a matter of necessity, support this solution and volunteer as a polling unit marshal. The application is already developed. We're testing it. We need you to volunteer so that we can put these measures in place. Like I said, if we have these 4 solutions in place, election watch being just one of them, it won't matter that Tinubu is 5-in-1. He will lose. And if we don't have these solutions in place, it won't matter that Peter Obi, El Rufai, Amechi form the biggest coalition. It won't matter because they will be rigged out. And then they will tell you, go to court. I don't want to cry after the election of February 2027, saying they rigged us out. No. We can prevent the rigging. I want to be the one with the solutions, with the evidence. And that brings us to the second solution. Calm guard. To capture admissible evidence that we can use to defend our victory in court. Admissible evidence that the judiciary cannot hide from, that INEC cannot hide from. These are solutions that we can do, but as individuals, it is impossible. But if we work together, easily achievable, but difficult. Now, we must now come together to make sure we achieve it. Tinubu knows that his only option to continue beyond 2027 is to rig. And he's not hiding it. So if anybody is serious about a Nigeria that works, coalition is not the answer. I say it. If we have free and fair election in Nigeria today, if it is guaranteed, Peter Obi does not need a coalition. He doesn't. He will win. Tinubu will lose. I've said it. If free and fair election is guaranteed in Nigeria and you bring a goat, you wear agbada on the coat to contest against Tinubu, he will lose. And that's why Tinubu is not planning to give you free and fair elections. The signs are there. But we can resist it and defeat whatever rigging arrangement they put in place. They are planning for rigging on election day. But do you know what? They are taking it beyond that. They are planning for rigging leading to election day. Do you know that there is a type of rigging that takes place before election day even comes? That is where you have weaponized poverty, weaponized impunity, weaponized political party. These are tools to rig election before the election even starts. And the whole aim of these weaponized political parties, weaponized impunity, weaponized poverty, the whole aim is voter apathy. Such that the only few viewers that come out, voters that come out to vote, they are buyable. So they are using these tools to prime Nigerians for voter apathy and for vote selling and vote buying. So we cannot just focus on only election day and say we have done the job. No, we've done the job for election day. Calm guard and election watch, they take care of rigging on election day. But you see, well fund, Law Patrol, and Abundance Party, they take care of rigging leading up to the election day. And we must take both of them together to completely eradicate rigging in 2027. Wealth Fund is a tool to de-weaponize poverty in Nigeria. It is a scheme that helps Nigerians to fish, not simply give them fish. You've heard it. Give a person a fish, you feed him for the moment. The next moment he's hungry, there's nothing you can do because you don't have infinite resources. But teach him to fish, you have fed him for life. Now, if you take it further and you help him to fish, you have fed a whole country. That is exactly what Wealth Fund seeks to do. Financial support for feeding in exchange for participation in agricultural food production. Wealth Fund will not only empower Nigerians, put food on their table, it will reduce the cost of food and increase our hard currency earning from food because food will be surplus within a very short time with Wealth Fund. And when you have a people that are empowered, they won't sell their vote for 500 naira or 1,000 because they know from Wealth Fund they get way more than that. So Wealth Fund will help to de-weaponize poverty. Weaponized impunity will be handled by Law Patrol. Law Patrol will take care of weaponized impunity leading up to the 2027 election. And then Abundance Party is the tool to de-weaponize political parties. Right now, political parties have been weaponized. Even if you look at the so-called coalition right now, it is the same recycled old politicians that are forming this coalition. Yes, I will be okay with it if somebody like a Peter Obi can emerge as a presidential candidate, but it only takes care of the presidency. What about those at the National Assembly, those in the state, those in the local government? The political parties as they currently exist in Nigeria have been weaponized against credible candidates. No credible candidate with integrity and capacity and character will participate in politics as it is practiced by political parties in Nigeria today. No credible candidate will do it. Only those who, and they are very few, in fact, very rare, like Peter Obi, very rare. How many of you Nigerians can take 100 million naira to go and buy form to become president of Nigeria? Well, now why even see the 100 million? How many Nigerians have 100 million naira today? And it's not only 100 million naira. 100 million is just for form. There's expression of interest too. Then you now talk about money to buy delegates. After money to buy delegates, you will have to settle some bills for the political parties. They go knock you bill. And after that, you have to now start thinking about how you are going to spend money on some people at INEC, spend money on some people in the security agency, spend money on some people to buy votes and all that. Before you know it, to become president, you are looking at 20 billion naira. Number one, how many Nigerians can afford that? And in any case, why would you think that somebody will spend 20 billion naira to become president and then the person will come and care about you? When his official legitimate salary is not up to even 100 million or 1 billion. He must steal. So the political parties as they currently exist have been weaponized against Nigerians. So we must de-weaponize political party, and a tool to do that is the Abundance Party of Nigeria. These are the tools. But the one that is very critical right now is the election day solution to stop rigging. And that's election watch, which needs you to volunteer to become a polling unit marshal. It's at no risk to you. I know many of you are afraid. Yes, you don't want a situation whereby you talk and then they come and remove the food from your table. I can understand that. But this does not put you at risk. You are not at risk of being shot. You are not at risk of losing your source of livelihood. No risk to you. But at the end of the day, you stand to benefit from a Nigeria that works, where you will be able to earn much more than you are earning today. So no risk. There is 100% anonymity when you volunteer as a polling unit marshal. 100% safe. But the impact of your action will be felt years to come, because it will birth a new Nigeria that works for all of us. Join us to accomplish this task. The links are in the description. We are testing it right now. Help us to test it.